Welcome to this groundbreaking for this section of Christopher's Crossing, which is really the last major component of this important transportation corridor on the north side of the city of Frederick. We couldn't be more excited to be here and to have all of you here as well. I want to take a moment to recognize some of the special guests that are with us today. We have from our state delegation, State Senator Ron Young and former Mayor of the City of Frederick, Ron Young, Delegate Karen Lewis Young, Delegate Carol Krim. From Frederick County, we have County Executive Jan Gardner, Council President Bud Otis, County Councilwoman MC Keegan Eyre, and of course from the City of Frederick, I want to acknowledge a number of people. We have three of our aldermen, Alderman Kelly Russell, Alderman Derek Shackelford, and Alderman Roger Wilson. We also have a number of our members of our city leadership. And we'll introduce our city engineer, Tracy Coleman, in a moment, but our police chief is in the back, Ed Hargis, our Director of Economic Development, Richard Griffin, Guy Sampson, who works in my office, and a number of other members of City Hall and the Department of Public Works. And so we thank all of those efforts to kind of get us here today, to put up this tent, to spread some gravel so the rain of the last few days wasn't puddles that we were wandering through today. This segment across the Sanner Farm represents a really important next step in the city of Frederick. Oh, and for those of you who are residents in the neighborhood and members of the community, thank you for being here. The reason why we do these projects is not for us, it's for you. And our hope is that as a result of the work that we do, that while we work through the process of providing the improvements and the upgrades that you will have to contend with in your daily lives and the inconveniences that go along with that at the end of the day, at the end of the process, what we have is a system that works better. It's a more coherent, a more functional, a more efficient, a more responsive transportation network for our residents, because that's really why we're here. This connection will join the existing terminus of Christopher's Crossing in the Clover Ridge development to our east, to Walter March Road and Poole Jones Road, and the connections farther to our west. It is ultimately part of an extension that goes all the way to Route 15 on this side, and if you take Christopher's Crossing around and the additional work that's being done on the west side of the city of Frederick will eventually get you on a reasonably straight path all the way through to the west side of the city of Frederick. So this is in some respects a kind of northern bypass for the city. It's not going to have that speed. It's not going to have that kind of feel from a amount of pavement standpoint, but it provides another opportunity for our residents to move from the east side of the city to the west side of the city without necessarily having to get on Route 40 or on Route 15 or on some of the other connections. So again, it's about providing better connectivity to the city. This development across the Sanner Farm is also critical because it provides additional access to some of the new northern communities in the city of Frederick, Cannon Bluff and Tuscarora Creek. There are proposed school sites adjacent to this. This then becomes a critical component for those partners that we have, that it's not just about the city of Frederick, it's about residents that live in the county, the school sites that are going to be built, and making sure that we keep providing the necessary transportation infrastructure that we need. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge the contractor C. William Hetzer, which is here as well, and a number of members of their team are here. It's the partnership with government, with the private sector, with our residents that makes this all possible. So with that, I want to turn the podium over to our city engineer, Tracy Coleman, who is going to talk a little bit more about some of the technical details of the project that we're groundbreaking for today.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm Tracy Coleman, city engineer. So the project includes the construction of just over 1/3 of a mile of 4-lane primary arterial roadway. It includes a stream crossing that will be using 3 24-foot open bottom arch culverts. There'll be a roundabout in the area where we're standing right now. There'll be improvements to Poole Jones Road in that direction, Christopher's Crossing in that direction, and also Walter Martz to connect to the improvements that were completed by the developer just to the north. The project also includes installation of water main, sanitary sewer, and storm drainage systems, as well as stormwater management facilities along the roadway. It also includes sidewalks and an extension of the shared use path that comes from Clover Ridge. Design and permitting of this section of Christopher's Crossing was done as part of a requirement in accordance with the Keller Farm annexation, and I want to thank that developer as well as Fox and Associates for their partnership in our design process. We worked really well together as a team. And as the mayor mentioned, the project was awarded to C. William Hetzler under our CIP budget for about $4.9 million. Our budget was about $6 million. Their estimated completion is in June of 2020. So hopefully we'll get some great weather to continue this construction, that we can meet that construction schedule. Thank you.
So with that, again, we want to thank you for taking the time here. We're going to ask some folks to come up and don hard hats and grab a shovel, and we'll get this officially broken, which is all part of the fix, right? Thank you.